With the highly anticipated election day right around the corner, there are a lot of moving parts and pieces that are heavily relied on by election workers across the United States, and these machines must function properly. One of those in DeWitt Township is a voting tabulator, something that Township Clerk Diane Mosier is thankful for as she remembers how the voting process used to be.
When I first started doing this, we had these giant machines. They're called lever machines, and you'd close the curtain and you'd put up your ballots, and then you hit the lever, and then all those levers go back to zero, and it recorded your vote. But there was no way to substantiate that. At the end of the day, you didn't have a way to recreate it. So was it easier when you couldn't recreate? Sure. When you were done, you were done. Now, if we get to the end of the day and we're off by one and we don't balance, we have to zero that machine out, take all those ballots out, and do it all over again. So it takes more time, but it's a more reliable system.
5431. Representative in Congress, 9865431.
It needs to be able to be substantiated. You have to be able to, in Michigan, we have a process that can be recreated. If the results are in question, you can recreate it. So how much safer can you get than that? You have a paper ballot for every vote that's cast. And if you don't think those results are accurate, well, zero it and feed those ballots back in, because you're going to have a way to substantiate those results. And that's sometimes what happens in recounts.
Everybody has a different position to sit in and a different job to do. My job is to oversee all of them. If a person doesn't listen, there's actually people that are to listen to the tabulator. If they don't hear what we call the happy sound, they're supposed to come and get me. Sometimes we run into that people like to chit chat and they don't listen, and then we're off balanced at the end of the night. Then you have to recount every single ballot. I'm usually somewhere between 15 and 17 hours. We start at 5:45 in the morning. The polls close at 8, and then we have to come here. But we have 7 precincts that come here, so we have to wait. It depends on who gets here first. So you have to wait in line. And if there's a situation at one of the polling places, then it could even take longer.
Hello. And the first thing you want to do is a final backup.
Teaching people how to use the machines is a hard job, but one that's worthwhile.
It is beneficial. I think it makes it easier for the poll workers now that we do have the laptops to use. It's a little quicker. They don't have to write everything out by hand on the reports. And it just is a way that you have 3 people sitting at that table, and so there's 3 people verifying what is going on at that table. And I think it works better as far as avoiding mistakes, just because it's computerized and because you have 3 people checking the process up there.
Straight party. Okay, so it says it was overvoted in the straight party. We know that's what the first ballot says. So in this case, I'm going to hit the 3, which is an override button. It will take that ballot, and it will, because it's an overvote in the partisan section, maybe there are votes in the nonpartisan or proposal that will count, but won't count on the partisan. So I'm going to override it. It took the ballot, counted what it could. I forgot to put in the...
But sometimes, these machines malfunction due to human or mechanical error. When this happens, somebody has to manually unlock the door of the tabulator with a set of protected keys, take out the plastic bin where the ballots fall, remove the unwanted ballots, put the bin back, lock the machine back up, and pick up where you left off.
Okay. Ballot 1 overridden. It counted what we could count.
When you see 3 people sitting there verifying everything, I think that makes people pretty confident. They love the part, and that's exactly it. They are helping their community and seeing how the process works, and I think it makes them comfortable knowing how we do it here. And they let their friends know, it's fun, but it's a process, but it's done well.
The testing process is a rigorous one, as you can see by all of the papers throughout the township office. And don't forget, you must sign a state form to confirm your honesty. People don't recognize how much goes into testing everything out to ensure that Election Day goes as smoothly as possible. It's a tough job, but a necessary and an important one. For Journalism 300, I'm Davey Siegel.